is Shiva worse than the enlightened people?
Oh God, this is just allegory, metaphorical to teach us. This is not representation of what
Why are you
Shiva
getting
actually is.
agitated? I'm asking you, is Shiva worse than the enlightened people?
This does not represent Shiva.
Just answer the question. Is
This
Are
does
the
not.
enlightened people more in control of their desires and they're not running like Shiva like a lusty elephant? Or do you actually think these enlightened people are better than God?
What's the purpose of this lusty performance? What's the purpose
Okay,
of it? Like
noted.
for someone who's seeking the truth in Hinduism, what's this story gonna do
No,
to me? A god lusting after a goddess, and he has got a
noted.
wife, and he
Yeah,
has got
yeah.
a wife.
Okay, noted, Sheikh. I'll come back to in like 50 seconds. So before that, so we have to go to our Hindu scholars who have clearly and unanimously agreed that these are the allegorical stories. These are not history to be picked up and say like this happened. So coming back to Sheikh's question, so what's the purpose of this particular story where Shiva goes after Mohini, who is a avatar or not avatar, but a form of Vishnu? This story simply tells us about that the nature of detachment and lust. So this story picks up one quote in Bhagavad Gita, that is, what is that drives a man to commit sin even unwillingly if it is impelled by force? That is calm. So this
So,
story picks up on that and shows that the beings of, for example, Shiva is known as the being of the highest discipline. He is known as Adi Yogi. That means he has the highest form of discipline. Once Shiva even proclaimed that uh, he has even ended lust. So this story shows that even if you are the being of highest discipline, lust can defeat you. Lust can
God,
take away
so
your
God,
senses.
so God can God be lusty?
I knew it, you will ask this question. That's why I told you the Puranas is not to know the nature of God. The Purana is there
What?
to know how things apply to you. Puranas are stories. I told you.
Okay,
Shiva is
okay. No,
no.
no, no. Hold on. Let's take a step back. Are you saying the Puranas are misrepresenting the Hindu gods? Is that what you're implying?
No, no, they're not
Okay.
misrepresenting
If they are
anything.
not misrepresenting, then are they representing the Hindu gods correctly?
Purpose of Purana is not to represent Hindu gods. Again,
Well, they are. In this story of Mohini
they
and Shiva, they are.
the purpose of Purana is to teach humanity how these
Why don't
things
you
like
answer the
lust.
question? Is the
Because your question,
representation, hold on, is the representation of Krishna, sorry, a representation of Shiva
Shiva.
and Vishnu correctly
If
represented in the Puranas or the falsely represented?
if the purpose of Purana was to represent
I didn't ask
Shiva,
you purpose. I didn't ask you purpose. The Sheikh
you're
asked you
asking me
purpose. Wait a
purpose.
minute. The Sheikh asked you for
Okay.
purpose. My question is not about purpose. My question is about whether the gods have been correctly represented or are they misrepresented. That is the question.
It's like using a knife to knit. No, Purana is not for that.
So
Hindus are very
so the
clear
knife is
why they.
misused. Hold on.
That's not
If you're using a knife to knit, then the knife is misused. Very
exactly. You are
simple. You see,
misusing.
I can
You are
answer that
mis.
question. Why can't you answer the
You are
question? Are the gods of Hindus correctly represented in the Puranas or are they
you
misrepresented? A very
you are
simple
you,
question.
you are using knife to knit. That's not the purpose of Purana to represent Hindu gods. So why would they bother about representing? It's about the story.
Okay, so
It's
if
about
the purpose, wait. If the purpose of the Puranas is not to represent God, then why are
yeah.
gods the main characters in these Puranas?
Yes, that's a good question now.
It's the
Why the
same thing
gods are
actually.
why gods are main character? Because
Yes.
gods are main character in these Puranas. Because if you take example of a human, that doesn't becomes an example. Shiva is taken in the Shiva is known to do these type of roles to teach humanity a lot of lessons. Why Shiva is taken in this story? Because it's a story about calm, lust, and Shiva is known of the being who has like destroyed lust in his meditation, being of highest discipline. So if we take Shiva in this example, So, and then we can give the message to humanity that even the being of highest detachment can fall in the jaws of lust. That's first message that
How
types of
can God
Upanishad.
fall into lust?
Oh God, again you're taking it literally. This
Of
is
No, but
course,
if
I'm
not
you
to be
taking it
if
taken
the
literally.
literally.
if the
Of
characters
course,
in the
I'm
story
taking
are
it
God, then
literally.
whom else will we
If
take?
if Shiva agreed to play this character, that doesn't mean Shiva agreed for us so that we can have this lesson, so that we can be careful. His
Okay,
devotees. Imagine an person is devotee of Shiva or someone else. If they know that lust is this strong, they will be always on their tiptoes. They will be always
Dil,
on their
Dil,
toes and
Dil,
aware
let me
of
ask
lust.
you, let me tell you one thing. Do you know
That's
the
one lesson, by
number?
the way.
Wait. Do you know the amount of rapes in your country? Do you know the amount of daily rapes in your country, or you don't know?
We are diverting the topic quite a lot
No,
now.
no, no. I'm not
Are
diverting.
you? Do you
I'm
wanna go
telling
there?
you. And you know why? Because of these so-called stories, allegorical stories that you say, people take that and put it into practice.
You said you don't know about Hinduism and Puranas. Now you are making conclusion on that without even knowing anything.
no, he's making
So in
conclusion
this,
based on what he read from the Indian newspapers. He's
can
right
you give
about
me
that.
evidence? Okay, can you give me any statics evidence that these stories, people read these stories and then they commit rape?
Yeah, there are
Do you
people who
have any?
claim that actually. There are journalists
Uh,
who have claimed this.
can you give me
Okay,
any
but the
evidence, any
question.
study that has done?
Okay, if we give you a
Till we,
study, what will you say then? Let's say we give a study,
sh-
and
I will agree. If
they
there
get
is
motivation from the stories in Srimad Bhagavatam. What will you say then?
if you can give me
Will you
any
leave
study
Hinduism?
that
Will
if
will
you
you
give
leave
me
Hinduism
an
if we show you the studies?
wait,
Will you?
if you show me any statistics that these stories are the reason people commit rape, yes,
You
I will
leave
agree with
Hinduism,
you.
yeah?
I'll
You
agree
leave.
with you that
No,
okay,
but
these are
will
the
you leave
stories.
Hinduism?
Why I have to leave Hinduism before? I
See what
need
I
to
mean?
first. So
What's the
if can
point then? Because the truth doesn't really matter to you. That's the reason.
give the
You
evidence. You're
you keep
lying.
saying give the evidence, but when we present the
Listen,
evidence,
listen,
it will
listen.
have no impact on you.
Let's hold it respectable. Don't call him a liar.
You
Yeah.
don't
What
have
the heck do you
evidence.
think
Did he
you
say
are?
liar?
Yeah, he said
You're
to you
making things
liar.
up.
And
That
what
you're
is hold on. You said not the Puranas do not represent God anywhere.
the
Is that
character
right?
of gods.
Okay, show
They
me that
don't
evidence
represent
from
the
your books.
character of gods.
Show me any guru who said that. Go on.
Swami Vivekananda said that. He's one
Show
of
me
the
the
biggest.
give me the reference. Give me the quote.
Okay, wait.
Okay. Remember what he said. The Puranas do not represent Hindu gods.
Hindu
And
gods,
I want to
yes.
see from
The quote
Vivekananda
from
saying this.
Vivekananda.
Yeah,
The
go on. Give
truth,
us a quote.
the truth of the Upanishads were given to the people in form of stories, legends, allegories, and stories and legends in the form of Puranas.
Where,
Allegories in the form of Puranas.
hmm. Where does it say it doesn't represent Hindu gods?
It's allegories. These are metaphorical stories. These
I know
stories
even
and
metaphorically
metaphors.
you can represent God. So don't tell me no. You made a
You,
claim they do not
ours,
represent God at all. Show me
where
that
does it
evidence
say?
from Vivekananda.
Where does this quote say to represent the God? Then
No, but you have
our
to bring the
scholar will
evidence.
decide.
Hold on. You have to
Our
bring the
scholars are
evidence.
the evidence.
Can I finish the statement at least? Bring the
Okay,
evidence
sure.
from your scholars where it says
Okay.
explicitly that Puranas do not represent Hindu gods.
Okay, so next quote is from Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, who is a philosopher and he was president of India as well. And he's
Yeah.
a scholar as well in Hinduism. The Puranas are not history. What does that mean?
Nothing to do
That
with
it
God
doesn't happen.
representation. Is there anything
But
to do with God representation? Okay, you're going to get a third
but
chance.
symbol
And if you fail in that, then we can conclude that you're just waffling.
you are
I'll give you a
waffling
third
when
chance.
you are
You have failed on
it's
2 occasions. On the third chance, I'll conclude you just lied to us, which you were, in other words,
you want a
claiming that I was the one who's lying.
if I start asking you about verbatim, which you can show, you won't be able to show in your religion as
Just tell
well.
me you failed twice. Tell me you failed the third time as well.
Next quote
One
is
more
from
chance. One
next
more
quote is
chance.
from next quote is from Shri Aurobindo. You know
Go
in
on.
your heart what I mean. Puranas are the stories of working in
Give me the
symbolic
quote which
image.
says it does not represent Hindu gods. Third chance.
They the symbolic imagination. They wouldn't say what you want. They
Third
wouldn't do
chance. If you
verbatim.
can't, just say you lied to us.
It hasn't got to be
Can
verbatim. Just give us something that
he's
Yeah,
indicates.
asking
something
for
close to saying that they don't
symbolic,
represent Hindu gods.
the symbolic imagination and workings to convey the message of Upanishads
You
by
can shout as
Aurobindo.
much
What
as
else
you
you
want.
want?
If you don't have evidence, just say it. Admit it, you don't have it. No need to raise your
Okay,
voice.
Devdutt Patnaik says the stories of Puranas should not be seen as historical facts, but as metaphors of human condition and spiritual journey. So where
Okay,
does it
so
says like it represent gods? It's about
I mean,
human
your gods are
condition
clearly the roles being played in there by Shiva, by
for
Vishnu,
us, so that
by
we can learn.
also you can learn. Are you like God?
So we can learn from it.
Okay,
So
what
we
are
can
you
learn
learning
lust
from?
and bad.
What are
We
you
learn from
learning from?
loss.
Yeah, what are you
So
learning from a man chasing a naked woman who is not his wife, chasing him like a lusty
yeah,
elephant? What do you
yeah,
learn from
yeah.
this?
Yeah.
What is the moral
That
lesson?
that lust and maya can even take over the being of the, even if you have the highest discipline, even you proclaim that I have full control over lust now, I have achieved detachment and vairag, which is a part of Upanishad, even then Maya can take over your senses. Second lesson
Okay.
is femininity. The
No, no,
husn,
wait,
I
wait,
think
wait.
you
Before you
guys,
go second lesson, let's
okay.
analyze what you said in the first lesson. So you're saying somebody has control over his lust can also fall into lust. Is that what you're saying?
If they take pride over it, if they announce, like if they are not careful in their life, like
Okay.
Shiva in this story. Okay.
Yeah. So Shiva in this story, what? Go on, finish it.
So I was saying this story also picks up from the previous story where Shiva announces like he has control over his lust now, finally,
Okay.
right? In his meditation. Yeah.
Let me ask you something now. Can anybody control his desires other than God?
Yes.
Who?
Saints and enlightened people.
Okay. So is Shiva worse than the enlightened people?
Oh God, this is just allegory, metaphorical to teach us. This is not representation of what
Why are you
Shiva
getting
actually is.
agitated? I'm asking you, is Shiva worse than the enlightened people?
This does not represent Shiva.
Just answer the question. Is
This
Are
does
the
not.
enlightened people more in control of their desires and they're not running like Shiva like a lusty elephant? Or do you actually think these enlightened people are better than God? Because here
Hashim,
Shiva,
if
wait a
okay,
minute, Shiva here is representing someone who is a god. Whether you like it or not, it's the same name.
Hashim,
He's the Adi Yogi, which is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So you cannot say he's not a god. In fact, he's called Lord Shiva in throughout the Srimad Bhagavatam. Why would they call him Lord Shiva if he's not God?
can I speak now?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Hashim, if you have a kid whom you want to teach lesson, if you play with him, with his toys to teach him something, does that mean you are at the level of your kid and you are very
No,
excited
no,
to
no.
play toys?
Don't twist the thing.
Do you
Don't twist the
understand
thing.
that's the purpose of Puranic
Yeah.
stories?
Okay, now
I
let
have
me ask you
given
this question. No, no, good, good. You asked a good question about how to play with children, with toys. Now let me ask you the
no,
question.
that's not my question. How to play with
That
children
was your
with
question
toys.
literally just now.
No, that's not my question. I can
So
repeat my
okay,
question.
okay. What did you mean by me playing with my kid? Was that not a
I'm
question? Was that what was that?
if Okay, I'll ask my question again. If
Yeah,
you
go on.
want to, if you come down to your level of your kid to teach him something, does that mean now you will go to the market and buy toys and you are at the same level of your kid? Or does that mean you only played that character to connect with, to teach your kid something?
Okay, is that a
Does it?
question? Is that a question now?
Yes.
Good. I would say, yeah, I will play at the level of the kid and I will not become the kid.
You will just play to teach him a lesson, right?
Yes. Now, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If you want to teach your son or your daughter, who are children, a lesson, would you use pornographic material to teach them?
If the lesson is about lust and calm, which have destroyed lives of many people, what else would you do?
Answer the question. Would you use pornographic material
I
to teach your
started
children a lesson?
I started with Puranas or highly
Just
imaginative
answer the
stories.
question
If
like
the
the way I
lesson is
answered.
about,
You see, when you ask me a question, I answered directly. Can you please answer at least one question directly? If you want to impart any lessons of morality,
if the
especially about morality, to your children, would you, as a Hindu who's allegedly having good morals, will you ever use material that is immoral, to teach your children a lesson.
Morality and immorality depends upon how a thing is used, its intention.
Would you
It's
use,
not.
in any context, would
It's
you use
it's
immoral methods,
yes,
immoral
like in this
lessons for your
context.
children?
Yes,
So
yes,
you
like
would
in.
use porn for your children. What
It's
kind of
not
a
porn.
what kind?
This
This is porn. Shall I show you
this
on the
is not
screen?
porn.
This is
Show.
Puranas, is porn, bro.
Puranas is
Okay.
porn. That's
Yes,
ad hoc. Okay,
it's
what?
soft porn. If you don't realize that, go and look up the terminology called porn.
Maybe you know much about porn and this stuff. That's how you see the world. That's not how
Actually,
everyone
you know
sees
what?
the
You're
world.
worse than me, because you actually would use immoral and porn for your children.
According to Islamic thinking, this is porn. I
I
think I
asked you
don't
the
know
question and
why
you said, yes, I will. Right in front of this audience.
you were
I just asked
highly
you.
you just disrespected it by calling it porn, which was a lesson to be
Okay.
taught about lust. You call it porn.
Let's see if this is porn or not, Con. Okay. Porn includes naked people, yeah? The beautiful woman who
So
was already naked, and when she saw the Lord Shiva coming towards her, she became extremely bashful. Then she kept smiling, but she hid herself among the trees and did not stand. Naked woman, would you show any books or any material which doesn't even have pictures, but it has language like this?
it
Would
doesn't
you
have
use this?
pictures, right? The first, it doesn't have
Hold on,
pictures, so
hold
it's
on, hold
not
on.
porn.
By the way, porn doesn't mean it needs to have picture. You know, you can have novels about pornography, yes,
That's
and this
adult
is,
novel. That's not considered as
yes,
porn.
it is.
That's
It
called
comes
adult
under
novel.
pornography. So if you go to the section in a library where they keep these books which relate to adult novels, they'll be in the pornographic section.
We
In
can
case
talk about
if you have ever been
XYZ.
to a library, that is.
Either we can talk about the purpose of Quran, or you can give it
Yes.
your meaning,
Okay. So
Dawa meaning.
tell me if this is the language you would use with your children. Okay.
So
His
what
sense being
can
agitated.
exa-
Lord Shiva, listen to this. Lord Shiva means a god who is a Shiva, whose name is Shiva.
that's not
Victimized by lusty desires, began to follow her
what does it.
just as a
Okay.
lusty elephant would follow a she elephant. Would you use this kind of language to teach your
What
children about
what
any
the,
lesson?
what does it teach
Can
you
you
about
answer the
lust?
question? Would you use this language to teach your children about any lessons? Doesn't matter what context. Lusty
How
elephants, chasing a naked woman, Lord Shiva, who is victimized by lusty desires. Would you use this to
what
teach
does
your
it
children?
teaches you about lust? That's the answer. What does it how does it paints the image of lust in your head
You're not answering
in
the
a
question.
negative
Would you?
way?
You're still not answering the question. Would you use this language for your children?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so you will
What's
explain
wrong
to
in
them.
that?
If they ask you what is a lusty
That's how
elephant, what
bad
will you
lust
say?
is.
If they will
L-
ask you what is a lusty elephant chasing a she elephant, what will you say then?
If they ask me what a lusty elephant chasing a she elephant, I'm telling you
Yeah.
this is lust.
What is lust?
That's what lust is
What
when
is
you're
lust?
out of when your senses are out of control, and then
Yes.
you can commit a sin or a crime.
Right.
That's how it works
Okay,
in this
okay.
world.
And
I
Did
this
I'll
applies to Lord
w-
Shiva, yeah?
which
wait,
this
please.
not
Did
again
Lord
you
wait,
went
Dil, wait.
wait a second.
Did Lord Shiva got his desire from Mohini or not?
This applies to us,
No, did
which
he
Lord
get his
Shiva.
desires? You see, listen, you're saying that it's to teach us a lesson. Now, I want to know, did he get what he was looking for or not?
Did he get what he was looking for?
Yes.
So again, you're making you do you want to add something to Puranas, make your own something stuff
No,
up?
no, no,
Purana is
no, no,
not.
no. Look,
It's like
Hashim will
you are
slap you
reading.
with it. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry.
You might
Hashim
read
has
it
got.
as a sex story. Okay, like, look, Sheikh, you
And
might
that's,
give bigger importance to sex part in it, like this nudity part. It might be big in your head,
It's not only
but the person,
nudity. It's not only nudity. He
yeah,
grabbed
it's in
her
your head.
from her braid. Listen, he grabbed
That's
her from
your
her
glass.
braid.
That's
it is
your
Listen,
attempted rape.
worldview, Sheikh.
It is
listen to
attempted
me.
rape. Listen to
Listen,
it.
That's your
listen,
worldview. That's your
listen,
worldview.
listen. Are you listening or not? You know, when I said to you rape before, she was unwilling and he grabbed her with his arms and pulled her to him, and she was naked, unwilling, and he was lusting like an elephant. Now, what did he do to her? Did he rape her or not?
What that's again
Suddenly
what
silence. You lost your tongue
it's
or what?
I'm just trying to find better words so that I can reduce the your worldview, which looks into the sex and everything like that, but not the you're dodging the
You
purpose of
people, it's
Puranas.
you people who have got the problem of rape, not me.
We people,
You people.
we people pick the message from it about how lust can overcome one's senses, but it like
God
looks like
can lust overcome a God.
that's not the purpose of Puranas to tell you history about God. How many times I have to say that?
It clearly says Lord Shiva. What more you want?
If it picks Lord Shiva as an example,
How am I gonna get
it's
it to his
example
head?
for everybody. If it
No,
picks
no, no, no,
Lord
no, no.
Shiva is known, if it
Everyone
picks
cannot.
human,
Why are you shouting? Calm down. I know you're getting triggered over a simple thing.
it just shake,
Okay?
just continuously going in
Yeah, it
circles.
doesn't mean you lose. Do some meditation. Control your desires.
Okay, sorry, because you kick people out, so I don't know when I'll be kicked out, so I get a bit hyper. Just let
So
me know when you're
wait,
about to
wait.
kick me out.
Are you saying that if you speak on top of your voice, I'll keep you in the panel? Seriously.
No, I'm saying no, not because of that. It's natural when you're about to know like you might be get kicked out, so you get a bit hyper. That's it. Nothing more
Okay.
than
No
that.
need to get scared. If I'll kick you out, I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay,
So
sure. Yeah.
earlier you said that the term pornography doesn't include written material. Am I right?
Where
Is
are
that,
we going with this? Seriously?
I'm telling you
Isn't
because
that a
you made an
diversion?
allegation that written material is not pornography. Am I right?
I said this is not pornography. This wouldn't be considered as
Okay.
pornography.
Why would it not be
Okay,
considered?
Google.
Hashim, can you
How,
read?
how
Can you read? Hashim, please, can you read the
just
following so that people
l-
know what we're
Yeah.
talking about,
So it
please?
says
tell
here,
me
after following her with great speed, Lord Shiva caught her by the braid of her hair and dragged her near him, although she was unwilling. He embraced her with his arms. Is this attempted rape, according to you?
what exact
It's in English. Read
it
it. Is this attempted rape? After following her with great speed, Lord
what's
Shiva
next?
caught her by the braid of her hair and dragged her near him. Although she was unwilling, he embraced her with his arms. Is this attempted rape?
Is this how you control your lust? Is this the way you control your lust?
Yeah. Imagine reading
Wait,
this to your children.
You
one
know, I've
okay.
got a lesson for you today
I
on
was
how to
listening.
control your lust. Just when you're lusting after someone, drag them to you by force, even if they are unwilling, and embrace them, and
So
whatever
I
will
see.
follow.
Okay, so you are really triggered, not triggered, what's the right word? You are really disturbed by this depiction of lust,
Of
right?
course,
That's the
I'm
purpose of
disturbed.
Pura.
Of course,
You know,
I'm
if you're
Exactly.
not
disturbed.
disturbed, you're not a normal human being.
That's
Of
the
course, I'm
purpose of
disturbed.
that's the purpose of Purana to teach how bad lust can be. That's why it's highly
Okay, so
imaginative.
once again, you still haven't answered the question. Is this attempted rape by Shiva or not?
No, because it doesn't rape.
Okay, I said attempted rape.
How can you define like what's the intention of Shiva here?
Okay, when you drag someone against their will, what do you understand by that?
From their
It's
bread.
just it's just
Yeah,
yeah,
they
just
put they drag her by the hair and
did
they
he rape her?
and
Did he rape
bro,
her
do you
later or
understand the
what?
difference between rape and attempted rape? You keep repeating yourself like a broken record. I
If
specifically
we
said attempted rape, so I don't misrepresent what's in your book.
oh yeah, okay. It's so anyways, the
No,
point
not
is
anyways. No, 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 not anyways. Is this attempted rape according to your understanding of the law or not?
what you're trying to do is you're trying to split the
Can't you answer
hairs
the question
so
without
that
getting emotional every time?
I want to teach you how to read Purana so that
No,
you
no, no.
know
I don't want
better
you to
next
teach me.
time.
You're a terrible teacher. If you're
Uh,
teaching your children pornography, then I don't want to learn from you. And I
The
hope
point is,
your children don't learn from you. I hope they're watching
in
this.
in the UK, in the
I hope
India,
your
everywhere,
wife is
in
watching this, so she
do
doesn't
they
let your
teach
children learn from you,
do they
filthy
teach
man.
reproductive system in the schools?
Okay. Do you know
Is
the
that
difference?
pornography?
Wait a minute. You're talking about European
There is
schools or hold on, you're talking about European schools or Indian schools?
Indian schools and European, they both would have reproductive system.
Okay,
in
so
class
what
10th.
age children would they teach reproduction system in India?
16,
16. What about children before that?
they teach them something else.
They don't teach reproduction system?
No, it's in six. It's at 10th class that it's
Okay,
16
good.
years.
But you were willing to teach pornographic material to children who are younger than 16 when I
I
asked you.
didn't say that. You didn't ask me if they're younger than 16. You said, will you teach your children that?
Yeah,
Children
so
can be
children
16.
can be, wait, are you saying children are only 16? What about below that? They're still children, right?
You didn't specify,
I don't
right?
have to
You are
specify.
now
You as a
now
grown
you're
man,
specifying.
hold on. You as a grown man understand what's a child, right?
You, if you ask a
You know,
question,
hang on,
16
hang on,
years is a
hang on,
child.
hang on. You know
16
how
years
we
is
It is
also
16.
a child.
no, hang on. You know how we
Lesson about
ascertain.
just a
Wait,
second.
wait.
Sheikh,
You
just a
know,
second. Let me
I said
complete.
wait.
Just
No, you're gonna wait and listen. You know
okay.
how we
Okay.
ascertain. You know how we ascertain that they are children because you use toys. You say toys,
Yes.
and toys can only be with children, not with adults. It was your words saying toys. So don't try
Sheikh,
to wait.
don't.
Don't try to swap it now and play the victim in here. You mentioned toys, and
Okay, let
toys.
him, Sheikh, it's okay if he
Sheikh,
wants to backtrack, that's fine. So Dil, let me ask you this.
no,
Will
wait,
you,
wait, 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 wait.
if your children were 10 years old, will you read them this Srimad Bhagavatam, this part of Srimad
I
Bhagavatam?
need
If they were 10
three,
years
three,
old.
three statement. One is answer to Hashim. Two is to Sheikh. Sheikh, don't go on toys. You know where I can go with toys. If playing with toys means children, not
Go.
adult.
You want to mention Aisha?
Actually,
Go.
actually, wait, after this
Okay.
discussion, you can go there. I will give you permission, no problem.
Yeah,
Because
because
Okay.
we know
this
exactly what you're
is gonna
thinking.
scare me with
And
Aisha
the answer to
radiallahu
that is
anha.
very simple. Okay, we'll
Okay.
come
So
there.
fine.
But
We'll
first, let's discuss
okay.
this. Wait, before you go there,
Second.
let's discuss
Yeah.
this first. So, my question to you is, would you read this part of Srimad Bhagavatam to your children who are 10 years
Okay.
old?
Second statement is answer to you. When I said children,
You
I
want to
mean
answer the
children of. I'm answering your question right now. Just wait. When I said children last time, I will read it to children, or it's for. I
With
said in the
toys, with the toys you said. You
Yes.
say toys.
that was an example when I gave when I was telling him that God
Stop
Shiva
splitting
played this
hair.
role to
Just
teach
answer the
us.
question. Stop
Are you
splitting hair.
retracting your statement now? Are you retracting
It's
your
okay, Sheikh.
statement?
He
My
will go in circles otherwise. Let's give him that. Okay, so Dil, let me
give
ask you
him
this. Can you
just
answer my
1 minute.
question now? Can you answer my question? I've asked you 3 times.
Have you specified the age? I will teach it when the
I'm
lust
specifying
affects
it now.
children.
I'm specifying it
Yeah.
now. So
Yeah.
answer the question. Would you teach your children of 10 years old and younger this part of Srimad Bhagavatam?
No.
Why?
Because this part is about lust. So this
Okay.
part needs to be taught when children are highest in lust, like after 16, 17, 18, when they are affected with lust, when
Okay.
they can do things like that, when
Wait.
they're independent.
So you do consider this to be something which is not appropriate for children, am I right?
It's not relevant to children. Not
Thank you.
yeah.
Finally, you realize that this is porn material, which is 16 plus in your assumption.
I
Do you know why the movies are given ratings and the books as well? 16 plus, 18 plus. That's because these are
this is
inappropriate
about
for
lust.
children. When I asked you earlier, would you teach children? You mentioned nothing about age, nothing at all.
So 16 years children
And
as
now
well. I
when you got
assumed
caught out finally that this is material, here it is attempted rape,
16,
and you don't even have the
16,
guts to acknowledge it. This is
16,
attempted rape
7,
by Shiva
5,
of Mohini.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19 are all our children. You didn't specify what do you mean by
I think
children.
10 are
I
also
just
our
assume
children.
my children.
10,
Do
You
10
didn't
16
years
years
old,
olds
specify.
10
play with
years old are
toys?
also children,
Do
You are
according to
16 year
your.
backtracking.
olds play with toys?
You are backtracking and changing, adding an extra condition that the age is 10. That's not my fault.
Okay, so
You should
let
have
me ask you
specified
this. Let
first,
me ask
right?
you this.
You are
You still haven't
backtracking
answered the
here.
question, Dil, whether this is attempted
What?
rape. And you, in fact, no, you did actually. You said this is not attempted rape. Is that right?
Yes, that's what he said.
So pulling someone by the pulling a woman who is not married to you, running after her with lust.
Naked, and she's naked.
Yeah,
Again, you
pulling her
cannot
hair,
divert. Okay, as a Hindu,
wait, pulling her hair and forcing her against her will and holding her Is that not attempted rape?
As a Hindu, you can try as long as you want. You cannot divert the true purpose of the stories is to teach about how even your highest discipline, lust can and Maya can affect
No,
you,
I
and
don't
you
want
can
your
lose that.
Jalebi. Just answer the question. Is this attempted rape
That's
or
the
not?
answer.
No,
That's
it
not the
is not the
purpose.
answer.
To,
Okay, what
to,
is your understanding of attempted rape? Let's see this.
to,
Let's
that's
see.
not the
Let's see if you understand that. What is your understanding of attempted rape?
That's not what Puranas are written for,
I
so
didn't
that you
ask
can
you
say
what.
this is
I didn't ask you.
attempted
Okay,
rape or not.
forget about Puranas for a minute. Answer this question independently. What is attempted rape according to you?
That's not what Puranas are written for.
I said
Simply,
leave the
simple.
Puranas
That's
aside.
your
Which part of
answer.
that you didn't understand?
If you
What is
tie it to
attempted rape according
Purana,
to you?
if
You know
if
why
you
you're not
tie it,
answering? Wait. Do you know why you're not answering? Why you're reluctant to
because you
answer?
are lying. Because you're lying. That leave
Which
Purana
part am I
aside.
lying about?
You will tie it to Puranas
No.
later. Like
Which
this is
part? Wait.
attempted
You
rape.
made an allegation. Which part am I lying about?
That leave Puranas aside. You will bring back later.
No, I will
Don't.
not. I will not,
Okay.
because my question here
But
is my question. I've already made the statement that this part here is about attempted rape. So I have nothing to lie. I was very upfront about it. You're the one who is hiding behind the fact that this is Puranas. But when I asked you about the stories in it, the morality behind it,
you know
or
what? You know
is
what
the
this policy
immorality.
is
You
called.
learn no lessons. The only
You know
lesson you
what?
learn from this is that Shiva was a
That
pervert who was running
that
after a
lust.
naked woman and he was attempting to rape her.
That's
Hashim,
Dawa
Hashim,
lessons. That's
Hashim,
Dawa lessons. That's not
No,
Hindu.
that
Hashim.
is
What
Srimad
Hindu
Del,
learns.
Bhagavatam
Del,
lesson.
Del,
That's Dawa
wait.
lessons. What we
Srimad
can
Del,
learn from
Bhagavatam
here.
lesson.
That's not the Hindu
I'm reading
scholars and
from your
our
book, not from the
lessons.
Quran. I'm not
Yes,
reading from
there
the
is a
Quran or Hadith. I'm reading from
Hashim,
the Puranas.
Hashim. The
Yes, Sheikh.
question that needs to be asked is the following: as a Hindu, do I obtain moksha from lusting over women?
This question gave me away what you learned from it. The whole purpose of this story was to teach you
No.
how
Do I get,
powerful
as a Hindu,
can
does a
lust
Hindu
be.
get moksha from lusting over
Thank you, Sweet, for
women?
asking
Do
this
you get?
question.
Is it a way? Is it a way to moksha?
Thank you for asking this question. I think you need like literally sessions spoon feeding with a Hindu scholar to teach you why these stories are written
Yeah,
for.
I think you
If
need
you
basic
ask,
lessons in what is
if you
attempted rape. You
if
need
you
basic
ask me
lessons
this,
in that.
if you
Okay.
ask me this question, the purpose of this story is to attain moksha for lusting after women. It encourages lusting after women. Then Sheikh, you got the basics wrong. That's what I
Okay.
was
So
trying
you
to
do
teach
agree
you
it is
how to read Puranas.
talking about lusting after woman, yes? You do agree
A
that.
story is about lust, where Shiva plays a character where he proclaims to have won over lust, he loses to lust.
Can
Okay.
And
can
this is
God
and
can
this
If
is
God
a
God
made
lose?
up
can lose after lust, then what about the
Yeah,
human
can
beings?
God lose after lust?
this is not representation. This is for us.
It is. It
If
says
the
Lord Shiva.
being,
It
if
says
the
Lord Shiva.
being
So stop saying it doesn't represent. I gave you 3 chances to show us where any
is this Shiv
scholar.
Puran?
Wait. You know, I gave this guy 3 chances or 4 chances to tell us from a single scholar where it tells us the Puranas are not about representing gods. He couldn't give us a single one. He failed
Yes,
on all 4 attempts. And he's still holding on to that lie that the Puranas don't tell us about God. In fact, the Puranas tell everything about God. When they do Murti Puja, you know, when they do all the pujas, they take it from the Puranas. They take the mantras from the Puranas, how to praise God, how to praise their idols. It's all from the Puranas. The guy is
Let
a
me know when I
blatant
can
liar.
speak.
That's all he is. Anyway, I think we had enough of your lies. So take care. Bye. Because this guy comes here and lies, and he's telling us that he'll teach us a lesson when he's ignorant about his own scriptures. How can he say this is not representing his gods when they actually mean this is about God? You know, actually, I'll read it further to tell him that this is about God.
yes. This
Okay.
is that's what I was gonna tell you.
Okay. So it says in the next, it says as if harassed by an
No.
enemy.
Before that, where it actually this one, yeah, this
Oh, yeah,
one,
this one. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Being
please.
embraced by Lord Shiva like a female elephant embraced by a male, the woman whose hair was scattered swirled like a snake. O king, this woman who had large high hips was a woman of Yoga Maya.
You see what I mean? High hips. What kind of
Yeah.
description is this?
She was a woman of Yogmaya, presented by the supreme personality of Godhead. And the guy is saying is not represented by God.
Gods, yeah.
Supreme personality of the Godhead. He's talking about Vishnu. Vishnu is the one who is the Yogmaya,
Yeah,
the
the
guy who
Mohini
is,
is the one that turned
who
himself
took the
into
form of
Mohini.
Mohini. Okay,
Yeah.
she released herself somehow or other from the fond embrace of Lord Shiva's arms and ran away. Okay, as if harassed by an enemy in the form of lusty desires, Lord Shiva followed the path of Lord Vishnu, again Lord, yes, who acts very wonderfully and who had taken the form of Mohini. The Supreme Lord, the guy who
Is
told us is not talking about his gods. The Supreme Lord has various potencies, but which he can act very efficiently to do anything expertly. He doesn't even need to contemplate. Since Lord Shiva was being harassed by the woman, it is to be understood that this was being done not by the woman, but by Lord Vishnu himself. Yes, uh,
God.
the supreme personality of Godhead, which we just read here. Yes, the supreme personality of Godhead was doing it himself. So please don't tell us it's not about your gods. Blatant liars,